finally gave up on that school. All it produced was a big bag of trash. And I hate leaving a place being skunked, but enough was enough. So now I'm back over at the sports complex I was at earlier this week that I couldn't really detect because there were too many games going on. Right now there's nobody here, so I'm going to ground balance. I don't like that 90 that they give you. Although it's pretty close this time. It's giving me 83 to 84. So we'll stay with that. I'm going to start out in park mode until I get up closer to the concession, at which point I will go into field mode because there's a lot of junk up there. This is the can tab capital of Georgia, I think. I did find a lot of stuff out here in the past with the Garrett. I keep hoping I'll find the other earring to a beautiful one that I found last year. As you can tell, I have a little bit of a breathing problem from time to time, so if you think I'm breathing heavy, you may be right. This is a little bit high to be a quarter, and it's probably rebar or something. It's ringing at 90, 91. But I'm going to check it anyway, just because. Just because. Because I see it. It's a surface find. And by golly, it is Mr. G-O-R-D-E Washington has decided to grace me with his presence from way back from 1980. So thanks, George. We're on the board. I am so sorry I cannot get in a position where my shadow does not interfere. We have a 77, 78 right here along the sidewalk. It's bouncy. Could be a dime. Could be a nothing. I'm not going to try and dig it live. I try. Well, maybe I'll try. What the heck. Let's see what the pinpointer says. He says it's right in there, and it's kind of long, so I'm thinking this may be a rebar or something. But I'm going to go for it. Maybe I'll use the second pinpointer too. I don't like digging unless I gotta. Okay. And it gave me a pretty good spot without a whole lot of long distance, which of course I just lost because I didn't move my foot. All right, there we go. Yes, I do mark things with my foot. It's just something I do. Ooh, that's probably going to be a pipe. Hear that? Yeah, I don't think this is going to be anything for me. I think this might be rebar or part of the old system of irrigation. So if that's what it is, I sure don't want to be pulling it up. Or that could just be a rock too. This place does have a lot of rocks in it. I'm going to get my hand tool out here just for a minute. See if that moves at all. I am not sure that that's going to be anything for us. In fact, I can almost see that it is a piece of metal. It was strange that it pinpointed the way it did. But, yeah, there's nothing there for us, folks. Better luck next time. No consolation prize. I should listen to my gut instinct. It told me to turn the camera on, and I didn't. The signal was a little bit higher than what I would have thought for a quarter. It was bouncing between 88 and 91. But when I dug it, it indeed was a quarter. Mr. Washington has again come to visit, this time from 1983. So that's good. We're finding quarters. Last time I didn't find any. So sorry I didn't dig it live. I'm still having a hard time coordinating that. I'll figure it out here. Thanks y'all for putting up with my sloppy videos. I'm doing the best I can with what I got. These shadows are a bear to try to photograph around. This signal is bouncing 24, 28, 17, but mostly 22, 26. I'm going to go for it anyway. It might be a nickel. This machine I still have not learned, and there seem to be several digits of variance between wet sand, wet dirt and dry dirt. Right now I'm getting 22, 23, 24, so I'm going to try it. It is so hard for me to tell if I'm in frame. Here is Le Signal. All right. I'm hoping you can see this. Let's see. Let's see what we won. Whatever it is seems to be right there. And I don't think it's a nickel. That seems like a rock. Did we get a hot rock? No. That's not our target at all. And it's much deeper than I thought. I didn't really look truthfully at that depth finder. Sometimes I just don't trust the depth readings. There are a tremendous number of rocks in the ground here. That I will tell you. And I don't seem to be getting any closer to finding it. So I'm turning the camera off. I'll come back if I find anything in this hole. Well, when we were kids, we would dig like we were going to China. And that's what I just did on this hole. You can see Rambo down in there. He's down there. Yeah, that'll give you a clue. There's the Garrett carrot. I don't usually dig holes this big, but I did. And eventually, you know what I found? At least I can say this. I was right. I did find a nickel in that hole. He's pretty crusty. He was past the topsoil and down into the clay. And it's from 1984. So now I got to fill this hole back up. I'm particularly conscientious about doing that at this sports complex. I really don't like to dig big holes like that. But me and my shadow blocking everything. But we got it. It was a nickel. So now we got 55 cents. Double nickel. Yeah, this one's bouncing. Why can't I get away from my shadow? Okay. 61, 62, 65, 66, 67, 69. I'm voting for this to be a zinking. Let's see what we got. Whatever it is, it's down a ways. Well, I'm gonna try it. I don't have much confidence in it, but we just don't know these days. Woo, anybody want to go fishing? Holy mackerel. Oh, I mean, well, that was a good one, considering that was a fish remark. I don't think we want to use mackerel for the fish, but in this tale, but see if I can find what it was without bothering Mr. Worm. And let's power this up. And I'm not getting anything. So I have either missed the mark or it's down further than I want to investigate. And I don't want to hurt Mr. Worm. So I'm probably going to get out of his worm domain. We'll just fill that back up. Let Mr. Worm do his digging in there. It's only, if anything, a penny, probably, so we'll just leave him be. This is a really bouncy signal, and it's an ear blaster. It could be anything from a nickel to a pull tab to total junk. We're in the zone. Let's see what it is. And when I get to the sidewalk, I'm taking a break. There we go. As you can see, our ground is pretty soft. I didn't have to go around that too much to make a plug. And it's in the plug. And another worm is in there too. Hey, Mr. Wormy. Oh, am I even getting this? I'm going to really have to have a learning curve on this. It's not at all as simple as folks make it seem. Oh, look. It's poppin' toppin'. What a jerk. I kind of knew it was, but I'm trying to learn the camera. So, another thing in the pouch. Okay, I'm kind of up in the shade a little bit now. I I got some dancing signals here. But we're going to try it. This is the area in which I switched to the park mode, or to the field mode, because there's a lot of trash up here. It's by a concession stand, and people throw their pull tabs and their foil and their stuff. All of those signals must be below pinpointer level, which means I probably don't want to dig them. Dang. When I bend over, my headphones slide off. That's an issue. That is the main reason I don't like to wear headphones. It's uncomfortable. They don't stay on, especially for us ladies. I just don't like them. There has to be a better way to make headphones. Well, I had a signal here and I couldn't find it. I actually had thrown it out of the hole. It was a penny. But when I was looking for this penny, yes, I know my shadow's everywhere. When I was looking for this penny, I threw my, well, I didn't throw it, but I put my pinpointer over to the side, and now I can't find it, but I had found another signal with the pinpointer. So I'm gonna have to go over this area a little more carefully after I fill this hole. I'm actually working my way out of the park. I think I've done enough camera testing for day one. So at least I have finally resolved some of the problems with the camera, and part of that was done. The camera had been sitting for a while, and so when I went online, I discovered there was an update for the software of the camera. So I updated the camera software, and now it seems to be doing more things than it did before. And I finally seem to have gotten the battery to stay charged. I just have to be quite careful, making sure I shut it off and shut off the Wi-Fi. And there's my other signal. I knew it was right by the first one. There it is. So we're going to take a look at that. And then I think I'm going to start heading towards my car. They'll be coming out here to play ball pretty soon, and I don't want to be in anybody's way. Oh, this isn't going to be anything good. I can already tell what this is. I just can't get it out of there. There it is. This is a Fergie flipper. And I've explained before why I call them Fergie flippers. But they're the things that make beach detector Robert Ferguson kind of cuss at him. He doesn't swear, but he does not like them, and he always has something to say about them. So every time I see him, I think of Robert Ferguson, who is probably one of my favorite detecting people on the YouTube channels. So thanks, Robert. We got one more off the earth that you don't have to worry about. I probably should have left the camera on as I was leaving, but I turned it off, and on the way out I have so far found a penny surface find, a dime that was almost a surface find, dug up another penny, dug up a quarter, and now I've got a signal here, and I'm not even close to getting back to my car. So apparently I was just in the wrong part of the turf. This was a bouncy signal that kind of looked like it might be a nickel. So I don't know if it is, but I figured we'd find out together before I head on to the house. There it is. The ground's pretty soft right now. We had quite a bit of rain yesterday. We actually had some really ugly weather go through here yesterday. I understand it went through Tennessee first, and then the devil went down to Georgia. Stopped by my house for a few minutes. I don't like making these big holes, but I will. It's out, whatever it is. Oops. I think it's just going to be an old bottle top or a piece of aluminum foil all wadded up into a big crummy looking thing. So no treasure on that one, but I'll keep looking on the way back to the car. Who knows? I'm still looking for those elusive rings, trying to stay up with the Merrill of Metal Detecting NYC. Although I have zero chance of keeping up with that guy. He's got the ring thing down to a science. He's the king of the Taco Bell Ring Awards. All right, I'll keep heading back. There's a lot of puddles between my car and here. I don't know if you can see them, but so some of this will be too nasty to detect. And I'm really kind of tired. I don't last long. On my list of disabilities, the one I forgot to mention was COPD. My own fault from smoking for 40 years. But anyway, back to the hunt. I'm not a quitter. Okay, folks, I'm not a relic digger. I don't know if this is old or new, but I was almost back to my car. I got this really jumpy signal, and I couldn't figure out what the heck it might be, so I dug it out. And first when I hit it, I thought it was a can, but apparently I'm wrong. And oops, it appears to be an axe head. Now, I don't know if it's recent or old. I don't know anything about this park except that it was built in the 90s. So I don't know if this is real turf or covered over turf, but I just dug an axe head. So there you go. I dug a relic. A relic digging a relic. How about that? Okay, the final roundup or countdown or whatever you want to refer to it as today from the second part of my adventure, which was the sports complex. Some junk, big tin cans, some Fergie flips, bunch of pull tabs, can slaw, strange little tool looking thing. I don't know what exactly that is. A screw, a piece of fence, big wad of aluminum foil, an earring of no consequential value. I think this is probably part of some sort of flashlight. A zipper pull, and possibly something that went on a zipper pull that's a carabiner. A little square thing that may have been jewelry at one time. It's copper. 5 pennies, a dime, a nickel, 4 quarters. So I think the strange find of the day had to be the axe head, because it just didn't belong where it was. So there you have it. Well, another one in the books. See you at the next stop. Bye.